culture fit? Is culture fit a valid reason to decline a candidate? During a recent discussion with a client, the topic of culture fit came up. He shared an experience where he was eliminated from consideration for a role because he wasn't seen as the right fit for the team's culture. But what does culture fit really even mean? There's no denying that one person who doesn't mesh well with the team can potentially disrupt the team dynamics. This is not really up for debate. It can happen. However, in my experience, when I hear discussions around culture fit during candidate reviews, particularly with hiring managers and interview panels, it rarely revolves around a skills gap. Instead, it often pertains to something subjective about the candidate's personality. For this reason, I find fit as problematic as the word attitude when having HR conversations. All leaders, myself included, tend to overestimate their ability to assess a candidate's potential in interviews. Interviews are, in fact, one of the least accurate indicators of future job performance. According to Psychology Today, traditional interviews are often seen as ineffective and unfair, but that's a conversation for another time. Here, we're focusing on the difficulty of determining culture fit in a brief 30 to 45-minute interview. When not clearly defined, culture fit can introduce bias into the hiring process. The candidates we perceive as fitting our culture are often familiar to us in some way, based on traits that have little to do with their ability to perform the role. This familiarity can stem from superficial similarities, whether they look like us, share our interests, attend the same school, practice the same religion, or even appear attractive. Research shows that such factors can bias hiring teams into viewing certain candidates more favorably, overshadowing more qualified candidates, and diverting attention from the skill set truly needed for the role. While these traits might offer some insight into a candidate's background, they don't overshadow the qualifications of other candidates. As HR professionals and as leaders, when culture fit comes up in discussions, we need to ask tough questions. What does culture fit really mean in this context? What specifically about this candidate and the team seems incompatible? These conversations can prompt leaders to reflect on their potential biases, which is a crucial first step. Like me is often a precursor to groupthink, and groupthink is the enemy of innovation. Innovation thrives in inclusive environments. What are your thoughts?